Hello everyone. In this video, we will use the standard ultimate life table to evaluate the present value of the insurance that we have covered so far. An example of the standard ultimate life table you may see on exam FAM. We have covered most of the columns. On the far left, we have HX and then LX, the expected number of survivors, the 1-year mortality probability QX, and then we have the expected value for the life insurance AX and the corresponding second moment. And then we have the 10-year and then 20-year endowment insurance. On the far right, we have 3 periods for the pure endowment: 5-year, 10-year, and 20-year pure endowment. The final column is the repetition of the first column, HX. To use the numbers in the standard ultimate life table, ensure that the interest rate is 5%, I equals 0.05. And then in this video, we will make use of the 4 relationships that we have covered in the previous video as well. Let's take a look at an example. Suppose we want to get the present value of a 5-year deferred insurance on age 20. So we have the notation 5 bar A20. Decompose this into the expression that we can find in the columns of the standard ultimate life table. We can make use of the second expression here. 5 bar A20 is 5E20 times A25. We can get 5E20 along this column at X equals 20, and then A25 along this column at X equals 25. 5E20, we get 0.78252, and then A25, we get 0.06147. Multiply these 2 numbers, we get the answer. And suppose we want to get the 5-year term insurance on age 20. We can express this term insurance as A20 minus 5 bar A20. And we can get this expression using the first expression here. We can get A20 along this column, and then we have already calculated the 5 by A20. All right, A20, 0.04922, and then minus 0.048, and we get the answer for the 5-year term insurance. Let's take a look at another example. Suppose we want to get the value for 10 bar A30, the 10-year deferred insurance on age 30. Use the same expression here. This equals 10E30 times A40. The 10-year pure endowment on age 30, 10E30 along this column at age 30. And then A40 along this column. Multiply these 2 numbers together, and we get 10 bar A30. And how about the 10-year term insurance on age 30? This equals A30 and then minus 10 bar A30. We can get A30 along this column, 0.07698, and minus 10 by A30 that we have calculated here, 0.074. And we get the answer. We can get the answer in another way. a 10-year term insurance equals to the 10-year endowment insurance minus the 10-year pure endowment. We can get the value of the endowment insurance, the 10-year endowment insurance along this column, and then the endowment along this column. The 10-year endowment insurance, 0.61447, and then 10-year 30, 0.61152, and then we get the same answer. All right, the next example. Suppose the mortality follows the standard ultimate life table and the interest rate is 5%. Calculate the actuarial present value of a 5-year deferred 10-year term insurance of 100 as death benefit issued on a person at age 65. The notation. All right, so we need to decompose 5 bar A65 colon angle 10 with a 1 above the 65 here, the 5-year deferred 10-year term insurance on age 65. We can express this as 5E65 and then times a 10-year term insurance issued at age 70. And this can be found with this expression. All right, so we can get 5E65 along this column, but we need to get the 10-year term insurance. The 10-year term insurance can be expressed as A70 minus 10 by A70. In this expression, we can get the value for A70. And now we need to get an expression for the deferred insurance, 10 by A70. Further decompose this, 10 by A70 equals 10E70 times A80. And we can get 10E70 along this column, and then A80 this column. So we are done. We can get all the entries, 5E65, A70, 10E70, and A80 from the table. 5E65 and then A70 along this column. 10E70 along this column. And then the final expression, A80, all the way down. And then upon calculation, we get the answer. The actuarial present value of a 5-year deferred 10-year term insurance of 100 issued on age 65 is 9.4938. That's it for today's video. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.